Man, welcome back to One Piece Hooch. Please like and subscribe. And feel free to chat it up with your boy. We back with another One Piece chapter, chapter 1131. Loki of the Realm of the Dead. Um, we got another Yamato cover page. Only Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 18, Chasing the Katana Thief. I believe Tama got her katana stolen last cover page. So they what this leads to, who knows? But I kind of got a feel it leads to that person that also stole Zoro's katana. But I digress. Let's get right into the chapter. Notes about Oda. I went to South Africa. One Piece live action. I'm returning with a renewed sense of gratitude and determination to do my very best. Oda, I don't know how much better you can do. I'm sorry. I don't know how much better you could do. I feel like you have been throwing haymakers at us readers left and right, and this story is becoming more than anybody could ever anticipate. Normally, there's a lot of dissatisfaction that comes with animes coming to a close and to an end. I haven't been there hasn't been an inkling of disappointment so far on my end. So Oda, thank you for doing your best, and I cannot wait for One Piece live action season 2. It's going to be great, and I want to see what they do with Chopper. Um, Chopper, Smoke. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get, and an ace. Let's see. Let's see if we get him. All right. Finally at Elbaf. Luffy screams out, "All right!" So he's just got confirmation from Loki that it's definitely Elbaf. I knew this was Elbaf. We've wanted to come here for ages. Everything's so big. You don't say. Good for you. Now, I wonder if Usopp knows yet. Say, is there anything atop of this tree? Hey, the strongest country in the world. The strongest country in the world and the birthplace of war, huh? For real? Being on old man Dorian Brogy's ship earlier was crazy. It's the first time I saw a bunch of giants in one place. Hey, I guess it makes sense that you guys would be the strongest. Hey, listen when I'm talking to you. So Loki getting mad that Luffy did not care what he had to say. Luffy had to get something off his chest. God damn it, he happy to be on Elbaf. Uh, it just seems like it's a roar. It doesn't seem like it's any conquerors coming off of this roar of Loki yelling at Luffy. I am the sun god. From all of the legends we passed down on this island, don't speak unless I say so, human. Tell me, what do you think of my predicament? And we got a title card for Loki, the accursed prince of Elbaf, Loki, special bounty 2.6 billion. I want to this automatically makes me think of Sanji's special bounty, where he was only wanted alive. But for Loki, I'm not necessarily sure they want him alive, but he might have a devil fruit that they don't want to get into anybody else's hands but the world government. So maybe the special bounty is also to keep him alive so they can obtain his devil fruit or some part of his lineage. He's also royalty. So maybe there's some things with royalty being on bounty posters that they just don't really rock with. And 2.6 billion, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I just would have thought more for a giant of his caliber. That's just me. That's just me. Kid got a higher bounty. But let's keep on going. It looks like you got caught. How shrewd of you. Their intent wasn't to merely catch me, though. They wanted to sweep me under the rug. I've been praying for release ever since. Can you believe it's been 6 years? All right, yeah, he must have done some real dastard, like, besides just killing the king. 6 years? And just like this snowy land, like, nah, yo, yeah. Bandaged up and you just tied down for 6 years. Yeah, that's wild. Um, 6 years. I'm the pride of Elbaf's immense strength. But these chains are made out of sea stone. I can't unleash my power. I'm bound here in Warland to Treasure Tree Adam. So, confirmation, he does have a devil fruit because they wouldn't use sea stone chains with him if not. So he definitely ate the devil fruit that he took from King Harold. Sorry, Harden. You Yeah, if y'all box, I got him. You're gonna need all the new giant powers to jump him. Um, and it's nice to see that we got confirmation on the tree. I kept calling the tree Yggdrasil. It is Treasure Tree Adam. Maybe they mean the same thing in terms of this story. Um, but this is the tree that we heard about all the way back at Water 7 when Frankie wanted to get himself a special item, and it was the wood of Treasure Tree Adam. So, yeah, Treasure Tree Adam. So this is where he used all the Straw Hats money to go get to make the Sunny go. So, and it looks like Luffy is getting nice and comfortable with with Loki. Like he don't even care. He get nice and comfortable. So Loki says, "So I have a proposal for you, Loppy, Luffy. You want to make a deal, Luffy? You're a pirate, right? I want you to undo my chains by dawn. Hmm. In return, I'll wipe out any pirate crew you want. So I'll make sure not to leave a trace. Sounds good, right? The key is somewhere in the village. Can't force you myself, but hmm. I almost forgot to say, this is the realm of the dead. You see, the lowest layer of Elbaf. It's not a place it's a place no one dares to approach. Criminals and the condemned are dropped down here. It's a prison and execution ground. If you dig up the snow around here, you'll find the bones of countless humans and giants. That's very interesting because I honestly did not think that many humans would be on Elbaf, but maybe this coincides with this being the birthplace of war and maybe the first continent kind of deal. Maybe there were some coexistence on this island when at some point, how about that? Adventurers and all the whole nine. Maybe at some point there were a lot of humans that did come to Elbaf. We don't know. We'll keep reading. Um, you can see like this Sasquatch figure in the background squishing a tree. These things have lived on this mountain for thousands of years, and our legends they also call this the first world. Interesting, interesting. Um, and this world of the dead belongs to the sun. You foolish human. I don't know what brought you to this forsaken mountain, but you should watch your step around these beasts. They often come up here to see their master. It's because I befriended them when I was just a kid. Mumble, mumble. Some followers in the corner that's actually pretty small, pretty kind of like Luffy's height. Like a giant wolf, a giant gorilla, koala bear, or I don't, maybe just a regular bear. I don't know why I call it koala. Another giant snake, a mammoth, and some claws in the back that I can't even really make out. Um, wow, this sure is nostalgic. Now, if you cross me, these guys won't take that lightly. The same fate is in store for any puny human who dares to defy Elbaf. Your only salvation from being devoured is to dress yourself in putrid-smelling clothing to live and serve as a walking corpse. Master, that's a little harsh. Who is this guy? Is it okay if we let him get torn apart? Does he have anything good on him? Also, we apologize for feigning earlier. None of us expected him to show up. That Emperor Red Hair Shanks. Huh? What did you say? What? Luffy triggered Luffy's head. Shanks. Yes, but this can't be. How can he have tamed the mountain beast? Yeah, all of the mountain beasts showing Luffy nothing but love right now. Yeah, especially not what they were thinking. The people that are the same height as Luffy. Um, what? Who the hell is this little guy? Shanks came in. You know him? And you can see Loki is going to take this the wrong way. Did he come? We're talking about that coward of a pirate, right? Yeah, you done it. You done it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew Luffy wasn't gonna take this lightly. Tick Luffy right off. And I wonder if in this panel is Loki just sensing the energy off of Luffy, because Luffy bet to smack the hell out of him. Wow, he goes into gear fourth, um, pulls out his Kong gun, and it looks like he kind of hits to the side of Loki, maybe not directly at Loki, but this is rare. You don't see Luffy attacking people just like that for no reason. I understand they call, Shanks a coward, but so did the bandits. It's not that bad. That's not a big a deal to the Shanks to call him a coward. It's when you mess with his friends. That's when Shanks get, he get busy. Wow, yeah, Lord Loki. Wait, hold your horses. I was just kidding. Yeah, he got Luffy riled up. Huh. That's not something to joke about. And he comes out of gear fourth. He calms down, and even it looked like all of these giant beasts from the mountain are scared of Luffy at this point now. They was just befriended him, and now they scared of him. I can't even move right now. This guy, if he gets these shackles off, I'll give him a quick death. Huff huff. I don't care if you can't move. Don't piss me off. Yo, Luffy is hilarious. Next time you say something like that, I'll bury you into that tree. Don't talk back to him, you fool. So, why did Shanks come all the way out here? No way he was just running an errand. Is he still in Albath? That's not something I can just tell you. Hmm. Okay, so now I see we're going to the other Straw Hats that are on Albath. You see Nami and Usopp. Nami is shaking like crazy now. Gonna die. And I guess you can kind of see some figures on this bridge that's heading up from Rhodes' house or whoever the house this is. Um, but it's really, really small. No way. Usopp looking through some binoculars. What does that mean? Someone's coming. I don't know who it is. He looks like he was just struck by lightning. It's got to be that Sun God guy without the mask. I knew it. So Road is actually following Rodo. He is following the Straw Hats up this bridge, so to speak. Looks like that woman in the big eye chasing after him. Oh, okay. He's not chasing them. He's running away from Gerd and got the other guy's name. Gerd and Goldberg. That's why it's two G's. Gold and Goldberg. Gerd and Goldberg. He's running away. And looks like Goldberg is carrying the Sunny above his head as he's chasing them. I'm under the impression that they are looking for the Straw Hats, and because of their affiliation, because of Harden with the Straw Hats, looks like that woman in the big eye chasing after him. They've got the Sunny too. The Sunny, this is unreal. Guess I've got no choice but to cut him up. Yeah, Zoro, hey, you might get to it. Hold on. They might not. They might know the masters. We have to think this through. Look, our goal isn't that much further. We just gotta book it full speed ahead. I bet there's a village or something up here. If they catch us, it's all over. Oh, okay, okay, all right, hold up. Okay, I see a familiar face. Okay, so now we are in Warland, Realm of the Dead as well. We're back down to the bottom layer of Elbath. Um, all right, I caught a moose. I'm glad we made it in time. You can't find these in the upper forest. Their meat is to die for. I'm pretty sure. Their meat is to die for. I'm sure it will please the Straw Hats. Those weigh a ton, though. How are we gonna carry it? Two title cards: New Giant Pirate Captain Harden and New Giant Pirate Shipwright Stanson. And they call this thing a moose. This is a whole dinosaur. This is a whole dinosaur. This is a dinosaur. This ain't no moose. Yeah, that's a dinosaur. Heave ho! That's it. We've got it. No one. Miss anything? Oh, hold up. I did miss something. It's snowing, so there's no sunstone penders. Don't embarrass me. We'll manage. This meat is for our saviors. Heave ho! That's it. We got it. No one on Albath has to fear. The new giant pirates are here. The new giant pirates. They give us a little card, basically showing each one. Captain Harden, Navigator Roto, Shipwright Stanson, Ship Dr. Gerd, Cook Goldberg. And they give us a little recap of what happened to Harden, a refresher on Harden. When Dressrosa in the New World, he got caught up in the schemes of former warlord Doflamingo. He was ultimately rescued from the total erasure by the Straw Hat Pirates. He is now one of the 7 captains of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Um, oh, it's okay. So now we're going back to the giant pirates, the original giant pirate ship, the seas around Elbath. How is it, Robinson? I have no experience cutting women's hair. I was nervous. My chest is beating like a drum, even though I don't have a heart. Ho 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 ho! Skull joke. Yeah, you don't have a heart. That goes against science. Lilith. I mean, Lilith. It's gonna be hard for somebody as smart as Lilith to fit in with the dumbness of the Straw Hat crew. It's cool. We'll get to it. Um, it's super cute. Robin is Bonnie. I believe that's Bonnie telling Robin to look super cute. That look really takes me back. It really suits her. Good job, Brooke. It's perfect. Oh man, she looked just like her bounty poster when she was a kid. Oh, that's dope. It's perfect. Thanks, Brooke. Yo, you're welcome. I see your hair. I see. So your hair was like this back when you first met Saul. Oh, okay. So now this is to make it easier for Saul to recognize her. I'm sure he'll recognize it and be thrilled. Oh man, reunions always make me cry. Frankie crying in the back. You had that style when you met us too, Robin. And she just closes her eyes and content. Land hold, the fog is clear and the smooth sailing. It's huge, even though it's huge. Even the island, even the island is a giant. Let's dock and have ourselves a good drink. Woohoo! I would expect the land of giants to be pretty gigantic to fit all these giants. I'm just saying, and I think that's part of why it's called the. What did they reference this? What did Loki? How did Loki reference this? He said this is the first world, the first world. And I think because of the size of Elbaf, that's why it's going to be called the first world. It has to be gigantic. It has to be a massive continent to for the giants to even say, okay, we're going to make this home. But that's just me. Let's go ahead and continue. Um, let's dock and have ourselves a good drink. Woohoo! Elbaf, huff huff. Can't really make out what's going on in this panel, but they say this is bad. It's Mr. Saul. He's falling. He can't get up. Something happened to Saul. And that's the end of the chapter. But okay. So we got some more things to talk about now. For sure. We know Loki definitely has a devil fruit. And he's he's a rarity. He has a special bounty. People with special bounties are always rare. There's something, it's a caveat to his character. Now, from this interaction between him and Luffy, he is nowhere near as strong as Luffy. This not a, there's no way. Um, but Luffy doesn't actually see him as a threat. He just didn't like the fact that he disrespected Shanks. This makes me think that these two might not actually have to fight. I am on the side that the Giants have to take care of giant matters. And whoever is an outlier, Luffy is going to take care of. Loki, I think he's being presented as this big bad, but I don't necessarily think he is the big bad. He even says himself he is the strength of Elbaf. Let me go back to exactly what he said. I'm the pride of Elbaf's immense strength. Whatever his devil fruit is, that's what makes the world government and the Marines second guess going to this island. Yeah, you can fight against one or two giants to stand the third, but it's the devil fruit that the giants have passed down on this island that have people scared to go to this island. Um, from what I'm guessing. Now they don't want to kill Loki. They never took the chance to kill Loki. They could have killed Loki. He's at his weakest. He is chained up, and he's been down there for 6 years in the land of the dead for 6 years, just freezing. Um, and you can also see his weapon is a giant hammer that he has across his back. Um, him and Luffy. I think Loki and Luffy have a lot of similarities in terms of how they're perceived and how they interact with people. Now, clearly Loki is truly a trickster. Luffy is very simple. But the nuances between them making friends with animals, the men's strength, not following the rules, being rule breakers, like all of that makes them really, 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 really compatible. Now, I still want to know what this devil fruit does. Why his eyes are wrapped up. Somebody mentioned in a comment to me on TikTok that his eyes might be able to control people. And if that's the immense strength of Elbaf that they have had on this island for so long, that's a dope power. Do I think it's like a Sharingan power? Not necessarily, but I don't know what else to think. I just don't want it to be mythical Logia. I don't. I mean a mythical zone. I don't want it to be a mythical zone in any way. I really don't. I really don't. I think I've had my fill. Especially with this the Nika Nika fruit. I want something completely different that they kept on Elbaf that they aren't letting off of this island. So, but Loki also says this is the birthplace of. Let me go back and read that again because I keep missing it. What did he say exactly? Loki calls Elbaf and Treasure Tree Adam the first world. I wonder what he means by that. Is this the first place that they felt was inhabitable by all people, and that's why the giants chose it? The giants, I don't know. The giants could have just been born here, but this goes back to when the rising tides weren't swallowing up continents left and right. This is one of the original continents. If you ask me, it is big enough to be one of those original continents. And maybe that's why they recognize it as the first world and the birthplace of war, because it would have been big enough to encapsulate everybody. They said humans and giants were buried underneath of that snow in the land of the dead. Um, that makes me believe more than just giants lived on this island. Um, Loki knows he can get under Luffy's skin by mentioning Shanks. Um, but we never find out why Shanks was ever on this island. Um, he could have just been there to kick it. Who knows? But this is very, very, very interesting. What else? What else we got here? Just saying, Luffy go into Gear Fourth. I'm glad we still get glimpses of Gear Fourth because I still think Gear Fourth is very formidable. To everybody but Kaido. Uh, Kaido and the Gorosei, I should say, but the Gorosei are just kind of like an outlier in terms of what their powers there are. Kaido is just only with amazing endurance, endurability. But give forth on anybody else. I can see this working if Luffy was knocking out giants in Gear Third. So this is dope. Um, And like I said, Luffy doesn't seem intimidated by Loki in any way. They don't really seem like they're gonna be enemies. Yeah, Loki talks about as soon as he get the shackles off, he's gonna give him a quick death, but Loki doesn't know he's actually the sun god. Does Loki's mind change when he finds out that Luffy is the actual sun god? Because that's gonna be the big revelation in Elbaf now. Because I don't think Road knows. I don't think Harden knows. Only the original giant pirates knew that he was actually the sun god, just based off his bounty poster. Um, but I think this is since Loki has been pushed away for 6 years, he doesn't even know about this guy. He has no idea about who Luffy is. He's been out of commission for 6 years, chained up. So that this is before even Luffy even went out to sea. So he has no idea who Luffy is, and Luffy isn't giving his full name, and that's something else I noticed. When you say you like Monkey D. Luffy or something, like okay, you can register that to, Monkey D. Guard, Monkey D. Dragon. But when you just say your name Luffy, nobody's actually gonna know who you are on an island like this that is very, very, very far off from the regular, the main core islands with that the that are associated with the Gorosei and everything else. This is another far off island like Wano. Yeah, they can get information in, but and who's going to give that? Who's going there? Nobody's going here. Um, Gerd and Goldberg are chasing after Roto. The shipwright. They clearly don't like the shipwright. He doesn't seem like the coolest, but I feel like he's gonna have a redemption arc in this. Being the only person who doesn't care for Luffy and the Straw Hats, compared to Harden and the rest of the crew that are actually fine with pledging that loyalty. In my eyes, they might as well have he did save Harden. Like he saved y'all captain. Y'all need to go ahead and bow. Um we don't know what's wrong with Saul. I thought we would get a better picture of Saul, but we didn't even get that. I wonder if Saul is suffering from some type of illness that we're gonna need Chopper to help solve. Um and find out what has happened to Saul these last uh, I don't even know. I don't even know how many years it's been. But it's been plenty of years. But Saul is going to be the connection to the books of O'Hara, Robin, and the Royal Poneglyph that it should be um revealed to us on this island. It doesn't necessarily have to be on this island, but it should be revealed where it is on this island. Just based off the notes and everything that the O'Harans had gathered. I'm hoping that they have a very, very good idea of where all these Royal Poneglyphs are. And we're gonna get into that. I'm waiting for the big conflict because I don't see a giant conflict happening on Elbaf at the moment. I feel like Elbaf has to be invaded by somebody that we're not ready for at the moment. Um every island the Straw Hats go to, there's some type of turmoil. So we're just now getting everybody on the island or close to the island at least. And then whatever is the big bad that the Straw Hats have to fix that the Giants can't fix, I hope that comes to light soon so we can really speculate a lot more. Again, Treasure Tree Adam with this giant sword and cannons, and it looks like it's a little castle over here. It's clear that we haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes of this yet. And that's what I'm really looking for. I want to see what the city is like. I want to see how the Elbats live. Um, I want to know more about Loki and his powers and what he possesses. The idea of Loki and Harden fighting is still in the air. Um, no one on Elbaf has to fear the new giant pirates are here. That has to come into play, along with Loki being freed by Dawn. Um, thought it was very interesting. Thought it was very interesting that he needs to be released by Dawn, or at least that's what the deal is. Luffy wasn't taking too kindly to him getting rid of another pirate crew. He don't need him to. I'll do it myself, but I know a crew that you can't get rid of, Loki. You ain't getting rid of the Blackbeard pirates. You'll get your life and your devil fruit taken. So, but yeah, this was a great chapter. I can't wait to see what else comes up after this. They have been going really hard. This is the this is the arc everybody has actually been waiting for since Little Garden. So I want to see more of Usopp having his own story on this island. Maybe Usopp and Loki have something to do with each other. Who knows? I'm just spitballing here. But it's just a good idea to try to get some of these things out so we can expand on these things later. Um, but yeah, Loki is very interesting to me. Um, he's not a bad guy. I can't see him as a bad guy. I really can't. I'm trying to. It's just not adding up at the moment. Yes, he killed King Harold, but some people just more left than they are right, and that's okay. Maybe maybe Loki was always meant to be a pirate, somebody that's always opposite of the law, which is fine. He just doesn't want to follow by these rules, and maybe it was a thing where yeah, maybe it was a thing where Loki was denied rights to this devil fruit, and that's why he killed King Harold for this devil fruit. I can't actually blame him. He was in succession of it. But we'll get to all of that soon enough. They'll explain. I'm pretty sure Dorian Broglie have all the information that we need about what has happened. Um, or at least Harden and the new giant pirates will have the information that we're looking for. Um, in terms of Loki and why he's been chained up like this for the last 6 years. But like I said, Loki has no idea of what has happened in the last 6 years other than rumblings and people coming to tell him personally, which I doubt has happened. So, um, Loki doesn't even know that this is the guy that his brother pledged loyalty to. Loki doesn't know that. Clearly, Dorian Broglie were not here when they chained him up. They weren't here. They weren't on Elbath when they chained him up. They had been fighting on Little Garden for the longest. So it's a lot of things we can go ahead and dive into. It's a lot more speculation that we can do, but man, I'm loving this chapter. And Elbath, you are giving me the lore I have been looking for. Um uh oh yeah, it was one other thing. I do think there's a lot of similarities between Luffy and Loki. Why? Other than the sun god things, it's just the idea of them taming animals, being crazy strong. Um, One is what part of the worst generation, one is the accursed prince of all of Elbaf. Like it's a lot of similarities between these two that I want to look into later on. But yo, thank y'all for checking out the video. Please like and subscribe, leave comments, we can chat it up. And till next time, holla at your boy.